Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. And before we dive into today's Kiki, which is just having a fun catch up and chat about the new season of The Real Housewives of Miami, Peacock dropped episodes 1 through 4, and we're going to get into it. But before we do, you know what to do. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend because a Kiki is always better with community. Check out our description box down below and shop our love collection. So with that, you guys, let's get into the mess. All right, so this is going to be really fun. I want you guys to put your comments and your questions down below in the chat box. I'm not going to do like a review, like a recap, because we already watched the show, but I'm just going to give my opinion on the ladies and the dynamics and put down your questions and your comments too so it can be a conversation, all right? So let's dive in. So let's talk about Lisa, right? So I love Lisa. We already know that she is going through it with Lenny. It seems like Lenny might be having some type of midlife crisis, but I feel like he's always been very arrogant, very narcissistic, very egotistical. Remember when she was going through her fertility issues, her mother-in-law was very mean to her until she was able to have the kids. So I feel like Lisa just has really gone through it. I feel really bad for her right now. Like, not only does it suck that you're going through a divorce, but how disrespectful he is. Like when he got caught on that hot mic moment being like, I'm not sleeping with my wife because if I sleep with her, then I feel like I'm cheating on the person I'm really in love with. Let me tell you what's going to happen here. Let me tell you what's going to happen here. The chick he is cheating on Lisa with, this woman, right? She's playing him. She's playing him. She's playing him for his money. It's the most obvious, cliche, Lifetime movie we've seen over and over and over again. Young chick sees wealthy guy, wants to become the next wife, completely plays him. I think she's in his ear. Oh, baby, don't have sex with your wife because then you're cheating on me. Oh, you know, you really should. Because remember, Lisa was saying, oh, Lenny looks so good now. He's working out. He's going to the gym. He's eating better. He lost 16 pounds, blah, 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 blah. Lenny, to me, has always been narcissistic and very egotistical and very just downright rude and disrespectful to her. And I think that he's going through his own midlife crisis now. That's not to absolve him because I think he's dead wrong. But I also think he's getting played. I think that once that girl, whoever he's with, gets him for every dime she can, she's going to screw him over. Because this isn't love. This is a girl who saw Lisa's life and wanted it. But he is going to some way, somehow get screwed over it. That's what I really think is going to happen. I really, really think that's what's going to happen. And I feel bad for Lisa, but I'm happy for her because I hope that she has the right lawyers and she's able to get out of this toxic marriage, get everything she can get, and then run for the hills. So that's kind of how I feel about Lisa and Lenny. Now, this might be an unpopular opinion, but when it comes to Alexia, I'm not an Alexia fan. I'm not. Like, you guys, don't come at me for this. Don't come at me, but I'm not an Alexia fan. She doesn't do it for me. I think that she has a very codependent relationship with her sons. Very, very toxic, very, very codependent. They're very, very enmeshed. And we saw that whole fight come out last season when her now husband was just like, you know, you want to come at me, you want to fight me, well, I'll fight you back. You know what I mean? So I feel like they have a very codependent relationship. And then it came to fruition when he was like, well, you're going to end up in jail. And then what happened? The son turned around and ended up in jail on a domestic. And then, like a lot of abusive relationships, they went right back together. And now they're blaming the mom. And I also think Alexia did Gertie dirty. I think Alexia really did Gertie dirty. I think that she didn't like the way Gertie was doing the event planning or whatever it was. But instead of being honest and saying, hey, Gertie, I actually want to go in a different direction, she gaslit and talked about Gertie. So when Gertie was like, I'm booked and busy, I was like, yes, you should be booked and busy because she does not deserve it at all. But let's see what you guys are saying in the chat box. I really want this to be a conversation. Hey, Foxy. Foxy says he has always been condescending to Lisa. Lenny, right? Lenny has always rubbed me the wrong way. He has always seemed very, very disrespectful, very gaslighting, very egotistical. I think at the end of the day, Lisa will be better off without him. I just want to make sure she gets her money. And is there the question of, is there any money left to get? Because as we've seen with these housewives, the ones who act like they have the most money are sometimes the ones who end up being broke. Let's not forget the scandals that's coming out. Are they renting their house out to pay their mortgage? This is the thing. I actually don't care. Rent your house out all you want. Rent it out to the T if you want to. Who cares? None of that bothers me. But why are they renting it out? And why doesn't she know that? You see what I'm saying? So we'll see. Hey, Foxy, she definitely is. I think Lisa did that too, but she loved Lenny. Yeah, I think she really loved him. Hey, Reality Diamond. Hey, Freddie. He says, hey, everyone. Hey, Foxy. Foxy says, hey, Freddie. You guys saying hi. Foxy's not a fan of her either. LL. Right? Like Alexia. Like, I'm just not a fan of Alexia. I don't get the, like, Alexia stans. Like, I don't get that. Like, I don't know why she's such, like, a fan favorite type person. I'm not really here for it. I don't think she's all that. Now, who I do love is Marisol. Marisol, I love her. I think she has the great one-liners. I think she needs to stop with the weight loss. Like, girl, you're good. But I love Marisol. I think she has the great one-liners. I think she's a great friend in general. I love her. Now, let's get to Adriana and Larsa. Well, first, let me do Larsa and Lisa. I'm happy that Larsa and Lisa now are back being friends. I did not like them fighting. It didn't feel good. It didn't feel genuine. I didn't like all of that stuff. I'm happy they're back being friends. And I think that Lisa is going to need Larsa in her corner going through the separation and the divorce. So I'm happy for that. And Larsa, I'm happy for you. You know, if you want to say that you're just showing your feet on OnlyFans, then do you, boo-boo. You know, I do your thing, girl. Do your thing. And I do think it was an overreaction how hard she went for Lisa when Lisa was like, oh, yeah, Larsa moved into like the OnlyFans building. Larsa, if you moved into the OnlyFans building, who cares? But I will say this. One thing that I really didn't like was when Larsa kept trying to demean and dismiss Lisa by being like, well, I bought this with my own money. I earned this, and you just live off of Lenny. No, boo-boo. Hold up. First of all, I have to call a thing a thing. Larsa Pippen, the only reason why you're relevant is because of your last name, Pippen. Like, let's just call a thing a thing. It's not like you went out here and you built brands and businesses and you became this huge boss chick all on your own. No, you had the money and the means and everything you have because of who you're married to. And I say that to say this. There is absolutely nothing wrong or inappropriate or unearned when a wife utilizes the money that her husband brings in for the family or the last name or his position. They're in a marriage, they're a family, they're in a partnership. That's exactly what it should be. So it really pissed me off when Larsa tried to disrespect Lisa because Lisa is a, quote, housewife. Well, you're on the Real Housewives, sweetheart. And Larsa, let's be honest, you wouldn't be Larsa if it wasn't for Scotty and if it wasn't for your affiliation with the Kardashians. So pipe down, Larsa. And I actually really like you, Larsa. But on that point, I was just like, girl, bye. Don't act like you just woke up one day and became this entrepreneur, mogul person out of the blue, all on your own. Because there is a huge, huge difference when you are literally on your own, starting a business, becoming an entrepreneur, and making it work and using that money to buy the whatever it is, than having it given to you, whether it is from your family, whether it's from your spouse, whether it's from whoever. It's a huge difference. And Lenny's money is Lisa's money, the same exact way Scotty's money was your money. You didn't say to yourself, oh, I need to go out there and earn this money myself. No, this is my husband. His money is mine, and what's mine is his, because we're in a marriage and a partnership. So whatever. Yes, Foxy, I get that Lisa talks smacked about Larsa, but I agree with like what I think it was Gertie said, that the punishment didn't fit the crime. There's one person can say one thing and then another person can say something back, but I don't agree with what she said back. That's the point. Do I agree with her saying like, I bought this myself, this is my money and I'm proud of it? Yes. But trying to dismiss Lisa because Lenny pays the bills, that's being a hypocrite. Like, Larsa's a beautiful woman, but would she be making 10K a day or 10K a month or 10K a week, whatever the hell she said, on OnlyFans if she was just Larsa? Or is she making that much money because she's Larsa Pippen? Right? Let's go on. Hey, Reality Diamond. Hey, Brady. For me, Larsa and Alexia offer the most to Real Housewives of Miami. I love Mary Saul. I think Alexia offers the most through her family, but I don't think so as like her own personality, if that makes sense. Hey, Foxy. Never liked that rude Russian dude. Yeah, Lenny he was a handful. Hey, Foxy, he reminds me of Putin. No, not Putin. Hey, Foxy, Alexia is a bit clueless, LOL, 100%. Foxy says, but Lisa talks smacked about Larsa. Yeah, we went over that one. Hey, Mario, Lisa reminds me of Dorit in the way she doesn't let things go. That's fair. That's fair. But the only reason why I would give Lisa a pass this time is because I think Lisa was already going through it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think she was already going through the fact that she knew her husband was probably cheating on her. She was going through it knowing that she didn't understand the whole finances. He stopped sleeping with her. I think she knew that there was trouble in paradise. And I think she was really going through stuff. So it's like, if I'm already going through stuff in my finances, if I'm already going through stuff in my marriage, and then my friend, who, yeah, maybe we're having a little bit of beef, but this is my friend, comes at me really hard, it's going to bubble up. Do you know what I mean? I agree, Tay-Tay, the savior. Lenny should be ashamed of himself. He's going to come out looking like Boo Boo the Fool. This girl that he's with, she's going to run him. She's going to run him. I feel like she's running some scheme or some fraud. I feel like he's going to be on an episode of American Greed or on Dateline or 2020. I feel like this girl is going to run him. She's going to fraud him. He's going to end up penniless somewhere, and Lisa's going to be laughing off in the corner. At least that's what I hope happens. At least that's what I hope. Mario says she was definitely overcompensating for the state of the marriage. Exactly. She's like, oh, blah, 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 and we still like each other. You could tell, like, her energy and what she was saying, it was just sad, because you could tell she was so desperate that she was trying to convince herself that everything was okay. And now that it's all come out, you know that it wasn't. And obviously, once it's come out, that means it's been going on for a long time. So I honestly think Lisa was just going through it. But speaking of people who are going through it, let's talk about Adriana and Julia. Now, this is the thing. I thought last season, Adriana and Julia were hella inappropriate, hella disrespectful. 1 second, you guys. 1 second. Sorry. So I thought that Adriana and Julia were hella disrespectful with how their, quote, friendship was to Martina. Like, this is the thing. If Julia wasn't married, or if she was in a marriage that was open, fine. But the whole having Adriana rub her feet and then acting like they're kissing and giving rings to each other, it was just very creepy and very inappropriate. And I felt like Julia really disrespected Martina. So this season, I wasn't surprised that they were having problems in their marriage. I wasn't surprised that Martina is basically just like, I'm out. Martina is basically like, we're getting divorced because you're so disrespectful. And to me, Julia has been checked out for a long time. Adriana, girl, your slip is showing. Your slip is showing. The moment she started going after Larsa for her looks, I was like, Adriana, you're just jealous. Like, we got to call a thing a thing. I don't know what Adriana is going through. I don't know what is happening to her. But Adriana, girl, leave Larsa alone. You know, leave Larsa alone. If she wants to get the butt injections, let her get the butt injections. You know, if she wants to do the nose job, let the girl live. Let Larsa live. And the reason why I say that is because it was so clear that Adriana was coming after Larsa's body because she was jealous. Now all of a sudden you want to get a BBL. Now all of a sudden you want to get your butt lifted, you want to get butt implants, but yet last season you had all the smoke trying to body shame Larsa. Let the girl live. I think was Larsa, you guys check me on this memory because I'm not sure if I'm remembering this correctly. Was Larsa trying to lie and say that her butt was real, or did she admit that she got the surgery? I can't remember because I remember her being something like, oh, I gained 20 pounds or something. And I'm like, girl, we all know the butt is fake. Like, that's okay, though. That's okay. I can't remember. But then Adriana now saying she wants a BBLM. It's like, girl, we already knew you always wanted the BBLM. Because let this be a reminder to everybody. Do not listen to your haters, because the people who are hating on you the most are the ones who are the most jealous of what you have. So whatever aspect of your life that people are coming at you about, whether it's your looks, your relationship status, your career, your money, whatever it is, that is probably the aspect of you that they are the most jealous of. The most jealous of. Hey, when Mario says she lied, right? Didn't I say she said that? Something like that. Hey, Miss T says, hello, Candy All the Canes. Hey, what's up? She was like, I don't watch the show, but if it's good, I will. I recommend it. I actually really like the Real Housewives of Miami because they have good drama, but it hasn't gone dark. Knock on wood. It hasn't gone dark, right? It's still the key stuff. Like the darkest to me is the whole Lenny situation with Lisa. Lenny is basically cheating on Lisa with this younger version of her. He wants a divorce. He's threatening to kick her out of the house. You know, he's cutting off the finances, like that whole situation. And yeah, it's dark and Lenny should be disgusting and he disgusted of himself and what he's doing is dead wrong. But it's not dark in the sense of like what we've seen on like New York or Beverly Hills or what's happening on Potomac, unfortunately. So I say, yeah, I say give Miami a go. It's still fresh. The women are actually friends. So it's kind of like a nice little reprieve, I'd say. Because I've seen Pixel Larsa, that bucket is fake. Yeah, it's definitely fake. Yeah, Foxy says it's good. Mario says Real Housewives of Miami is fun because the shade is light, but the storylines are real. Exactly. So I'm here for it. Now, this is the other thing. Oh, we were talking about Julia and Adriana, right? And the whole and also Larsa. Now, I don't know what's going on with Adriana. She needs to get it together. But is she an official housewife, or is she a friend of? Because doesn't it seem like this season she's a friend of like Julia's? Did Adriana get demoted? I feel like she got demoted. But anyway, that's just me. I predict Julia and Martina are going to be divorcing very, very soon. They're living separate lives. Martina seems disgusted by Julia. And to be honest, I would be too. You clown me for an entire season and you disrespected me. We're supposed to be, you know, representing the first, you know, lesbian couple. And you play the hell out of me. Oh, and don't forget, you guys, I think it's either being foreshadowed or in the ads. Allegedly, there are these photos of Julia making out with a man that gets circulated. Now, Julia is bisexual, I believe. She does have 2 daughters from two previous relationships with men. And then she's married to Martina, who's a woman. But I can't remember I believe she's bisexual. But it's coming out. But again, but that doesn't matter. Like whether you're gay, straight, bisexual, whatever, do you boo-boo. The scandal is that she's married and is not in an open relationship. So I'm looking forward to that. Now let's talk about Gertie real quick. I like Gertie more this season. Last season, Gertie's energy was so hyper that it was just like, girl, calm down. What are you doing? Like she was just like this every single scene, like talking and going crazy and all of this stuff. So I'm happy that this season, I feel like Gertie has calmed down. I feel like she's found herself and she's found her pace. and she's found her voice. You know, she's speaking back to Alexia. She's standing up for herself. I really like Gertie. I like her journey. I like everything that she talks about. I like her family. I'm also interested to see what's going to happen with her and her husband. Her husband is fine. I forgot what his name is, but he's hot. He's like a firefighter in Miami. He's hot, but apparently there's trouble in paradise where he's like, you shut down at night and all of this stuff. And I could see that. I could see a personality type like Gertie, where she's always on, that the moment she turns off, she's like shut down because she has no chill. So I want to see what's going on. I hope it's not trouble in paradise because I really like them together. Their story is really beautiful. They've been together since they were like teenagers. So I hope it's no trouble in paradise in that situation. But I do want to get a more insider look into their relationship for what it is for real, not just the cookie cutter fantasy. So I'm interested in seeing what happens there. Now, Kiki. I love Kiki. Kiki has also found her voice. But I will say this. We always talk about alliances. I think that Kiki has an alliance with Larsa. I think that Larsa saw that Lisa was, yeah, she's a friend, but she's only going to be a friend so far at the reunion. But I blame Larsa for that, because what was Lisa supposed to do? Was she supposed to like fight people on your behalf? No, she's fine. And also, if Lisa doesn't find a way to defend you, maybe she doesn't think that what you're doing is defensible. So it is what it is there. And I think that Larsa was like, I need an ally. I need someone who's going to have my back. Let's do Kiki, because Kiki's kind of quiet. She kind of goes with the flow, but she's finding her voice. She's a beautiful girl. So I think that there is an alliance between Larsa and Kiki. Now let's see who else. Nicole. What do you guys think about Nicole? Nicole has, I like Nicole. I think she brings a lot to the show. I think she has a good storylines with like her father and her mom. And, you know, now she's finally engaged. But, and this is me, maybe this is me being petty, but let me know what you guys think. What does Nicole's fiance do? Because he has a shit ton of money. I mean, they are literally rolling in the money. Rolling in it. What does he do? I know she's not an esthetician. She's a anesthesiologist, and I know that they make a lot of money. She's a doctor. She makes her own money in her own right. So I'm not knocking that. But his money is like stupid money. What does he do? I need to do a deep dive into that. I really hope it doesn't turn out to be some weird, shady stuff. But I'm like, what does he do? You guys are funny. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat box real quick, because you guys are coming up with it. Okay, let's see. Juanita says, I've always liked Real Housewives of Miami. Me too. It's good. Miss T, I always thought Lenny was odd. Lenny is really odd to me. I'm like, free Lisa, free the kids, let it go. Mario says she's a friend. Yeah, isn't Adriana a friend of? Yep, nope, she's a friend of, says Foxy. Yep, hey, Miss T. She was copying Kim before she got kicked out of the kingdom. That part. And then did she get kicked out because she was answering or texting with Kanye like at all hours of the night or something crazy? Who knows? Mario says Adriana, Marisol, and Kiki are friends of. Yep. So Marisol is a friend of. But I feel like Marisol should just be an actual housewife, because she carries the show. She really does. Fox says whoopsie. Nicole irks me the wrong way, to be honest. I see, that's the thing. I like Nicole, but I agree with you. That's why I was like, wait a minute, what do you guys think? I like Nicole, but I agree with you. There is something a little irritating about her. Something a little, you know what, it's funny? Something a little untrustworthy. Just like when they had that whole game they played, and it was like, which one of us do you trust the least? And they were like, Nicole. It's that. There's something about Nicole that's not authentic, that's not transparent. There's something up there. Like, what is she hiding? What is she hiding? Hey Mario, I don't love Nicole. She seems like the most like a coworker and less like a real friend. Yeah. Foxy says investor, I think. Yeah, Mario, he's a lawyer, but it does give Tom Girardi energy. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I get you're a lawyer or a lawyer, investor, whatever it is, but like, what the hell are you lawyering? When she showed all of the cars that they had, and like how they're like flipping these like multi-million-dollar houses, and he's like, just can you keep the engagement party under 100K? I'm like this is the thing. That type of money to me comes from one or a couple of things. One, it's either like generational, where it's like your grandfather's grandfather's grandfather made it big, and that money has just continued to flourish and to grow through inflation, and it's like some serious generational wealth. Or it's like you won the lottery. You just happened to hit it big in the Mega Millions. Whoop, whoop. Or you had a patent or something. You invented something and it just went from 0 to 100 real quick, like a Steve Jobs or a Jeff Bezos, you know, something like that. Or there's fraud. There's something going on, and I don't know why. And I'm not saying this is true, but there's just something about Nicole and her fiance that doesn't seem up to snuff to me. It just seems like I don't want to be that person that's like, where did you get your money? But like, where does all this money come from? There's just something off about it. There's something corrupt. There's something fraudulent. I don't know. Again, I'm just speculating, but there's something off. Nicole's a bit rude and sneaky. Yeah, there's a sneakiness to them, to both of them. There's a sneakiness to it. Foxy says, investigate them, Candy, LOL. I love it. Miss T says it's a Bravo show, so go with the fraud, right? I'm just kind of like, there's something off. But for whatever reason, I will say Alexia's new husband, I don't get the fraud vibes. I kind of get mobster vibes. Let me stop. Like, would I be surprised that it turned out Alexia's husband had mob ties? No. Because again, that's a lot of money. I don't know. Maybe I'm just jaded with Bravo. Maybe I've been jaded by all this stuff. But when people there's a difference between being rich and then there's this different type of level where I'm like, how does it make sense that you have this much money? You know what I mean? Miami, Peacock. Yeah, but Peacock is the streaming network for NBC, and NBC owns Bravo. So a lot of the Bravo shows are streamed on Peacock. So Peacock and Bravo are essentially one and the same. Just one is network, which is Bravo, and then one is streaming, which is Peacock, but it's basically the same. Let's see. Mario says, yes, the garage with $3 million with the car seems weird. Also, the private plane and the boat and the party. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's too much. When it's too in your face, it's too opulent, and there's no logical reason why you have this much money. I'm like, what is going on? What is going on? Like, I get you're a lawyer, but like what, like, you know what I mean? Hey, Mario, Alexi's man 100% gives mob boss. Doesn't he? Doesn't he? Like, he's in somebody's mob. He is some type of mob boss. Because again, it's too much. It's too much money that it doesn't logically make sense how you have that much money. It's the over talkness of it. If you were a successful lawyer, investor, whatever, businessman, cool. But the level they have is questionable. Same thing with Lenny, which is why I think Lenny may not have the money that he fronts that he has. He's having all of these parties to pay for the mortgage. He's renting out the house to pay for the mortgage. And they're saying that he's giving away all of this free boobs and surgery. Well, if you keep giving your services away for free, how are you making money? I feel like there's going to be some stuff coming out about these people. Just something doesn't seem 100% up to snuff. Foxy says, oh, I see. Yeah, Foxy is giving scamming vibes. Like, there's something just, there's just something not up to snuff. Yes, Misty, investigating Candy on the case. Yes. I just did a deep dive on TJ and Amy. I need to do another deep dive. But something isn't adding up. It's just really not. Mario says, I Googled and Nicole doesn't make that kind of money. Yes, anesthesiologists make a lot, but I don't see how that adds up. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. I get it. She's an anesthesiologist. They make a decent living. They make a good living. You know, they're comfortable. But when they did that whole, all of the cars they had, the flipping of the multi-million-dollar houses, the yachts and the boats, the private jets, the all this, that, and the third, the Rolexes, I'm like, and don't forget, didn't Nicole's dad go to jail for fraud? Wasn't he like a white collar criminal and he went to jail for fraud? I'm just saying it's all not adding up to me. It's not adding up. Callie says Lisa is the one that's getting the divorce, is the shadiest one of them all. So, okay, so why do you think Lisa is shady? Do you think she's shady or do you think Lenny is shady? Like, I think Lenny's very shady and I think she's kind of been willfully ignorant. Like, well, as long as I get the money, as long as I can do what I want, it's fine. But I think there's something going on with Lenny too. And I think that this woman he's with, the young chick that he's cheating with, I think she's running a scam on him. I think she's doing a con on him. I think the con man is getting conned because it just seems like he is, p-whipped and she's saying all the right things. And I'm not saying that Lenny's a victim or absolving him because no, he's dirty as hell. But I think it's going to be some way, like, maybe also listen to a lot of true crime podcasts, but I think it's going to be some way where she is going to con him out of something. She's going to run him, basically, run him dry, and then she's going to be out. She's going to be out. Miss T, she must work for a plastic surgeon doing BBLs all day. Exactly. She is shady too. Yes. Hey, Callie, they both are shady. Lisa knows more than she's saying. Well, that's also a good point too, like the Erica Girardis of the world, I don't know. I just cast the check. I just buy the stuff. But you know what? You might be dumb. You might be stupid, but you're not dumb. You know what's going on. You know what's going on or what's not going on. Hey, Mario. Also, Lenny has horrible reviews. Apparently, he has no bedside manner. I believe that. He seems horrible to me. He seems very cold, very egotistical, narcissistic. And this is another thing I want to see play out. Remember when on the last episode, when the nanny fell and broke her wrist and he was like, don't call 911, put some ice on it and we'll take her to the hospital? What was that about? When Lisa wanted to call 911? That's some shady stuff right there. That's some shady stuff. Did he not want the nanny to sue him because she got injured on the job and at his house? Why didn't he want 911 to come? Seems very shady. Very shady. Callie says, Lenny's a pig, plain and simple. He deserves everything he's going to get. I agree. Like, I don't think it's as simple as he dipped out on the marriage and now he's dating someone and he's in love. I think the chick is playing him and I think he's going to get got. I think he's going to get got. I don't mean like a hit or anything like that. I just mean like she's going to defraud him of a lot of money. I think when everything is said and done, Lisa's going to come out on top because I hope she gets everything she can out the divorce and he's going to be left high and dry with no money. That's what I think. Hey, Foxy, Lenny's the kind of man who thinks of himself in the bed. True. Hey, Barbara, Lenny's personality hasn't changed at all. I was shocked that they would even still be married. Why? Yeah. And remember, she kept lying for him, being like, oh no, he only had an emotional affair. When it was very, very clear that he had already cheated on her when they did their whole separation when she couldn't get pregnant. You really think Lenny was having an emotional affair? Get out of here. Hey, Miss Tate, Lisa really wanted kids. Lenny didn't. They would fight about it a lot in the early season. I think wasn't it that Lisa, she had a really hard time conceiving. I think that's what it was. She had a really hard time conceiving and he kept pressuring him and his mom to have kids, I think. Callie says, I'm a nurse and he was right. It is abusing the ambulance. It's for emergencies, not a broken arm. I did agree with him. People need to be educated about what an emergency is. I guess it was his delivery. Like, he was really mean about it. And I know you're a nurse, but I'm sorry, but me falling down and breaking anything in my body, that's an emergency to me. Hey, Barbara, of course, the chick is playing him. What kind of young woman would want some old goat like that? It's because she wants his money. Exactly. Exactly. Hey, Miss T, Lenny's face is starting to look like Terry DeBrow. And you know what? That is such a good point. And there's so many correlations between the two. Like, again, with like Terry DeBrow and Heather, I don't want to sound cynical because I don't want Bravo to make me cynical, but we're also not stupid. I'm also looking at Terry DeBrow and Heather a little sideways with the selling of their house, with the downsizing to a condo, with the public fighting, with doing cease and assist to people for talking about stupid stuff. They sent a cease and assist or some really weird letter their lawyer sent to Kelly Dodd. It was just so stupid. What's going on with the DeBros? What's going on with the DeBros? Because it's, again, when these people have, yes, you can have money, but when you have the money to a certain level, where's that money coming from? Like, I get Terry DeBrow. I get they have like Botched and they have like their makeup, their skincare lines, and I get that, and their spinoffs and all of that. But there's also a level of, again, where it's just like, I get you have money, but how do you have this level of money? I don't know. We'll see. Everything's going to come out. Callie says, I'm not trying to be mean, but I would see people come in an ambulance with a migraine. Well, a migraine's different than something broken. Do you know what I mean? For me, it would be, and I don't think you're being mean. I think that he was being mean. Lenny said it in a very, very mean way. It was his delivery that was really mean. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm with Lisa. If I fall or if somebody falls and they break something, we're calling 911. We are. If I break something, we're calling 911, depending on who can get there faster. You know? Hey, bro, but yes, Lenny wanted kids. Lisa was having problems having them. Yeah, and he was really shaming her. Really, really shaming her. It was horrible. Foxy says, Terry looks so weird these days. He does. He really does. Hey, Mario, Lisa was on Watch What Happens Live, and she said that she knew the girl because she would come to Lenny's parties. That's another red flag, and you're right. Lisa said that she knew the girls because she would be in like the circles, not like the social circles, but you're right, but like the party, right? So she would come, and that's why I'm saying Lenny is a mark for this girl. He is a mark. She was like, oh, you're insecure. Oh, you're going through a midlife crisis. I can do this, blah, 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 blah. He is nothing but a mark for that girl. She's going to run him for everything. Watch, run him for everything. Hey, Miss Tate, Lenny seems angry a lot. Yeah. Very angry. Very, very angry. Hey, Callie, so if your mom was having a heart attack, but I have it for my broken wrist, takes away from real emergencies. Okay, Callie, thank you. Hey, Foxy, Lenny will never be satisfied. No, he'll never be satisfied because it's really like in his own self where he is upset, where he feels unlacking, you know, where he doesn't feel good enough. And so from his own insecurity, he's lashes out. Like, I'm going to make you feel small so I feel better about myself. I'm going to make you feel bad so I feel better about myself. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, 100%. Callie says, nope, go in the car. I'm calling. Miss T says, next stop to bro, deep dive land. There's so many deep dives I need to do to bro and all of this. It's crazy. Fox says, oh, Lisa knew her. Ouch. Yeah. That makes it worse. It really does. It makes it worse when you know the person who is sleeping with your husband or sleeping with your wife or who's breaking up your family. It's a different type of betrayal. It's a different level. It's a deep betrayal. I don't like it. It's horrible. Hey, Miss T, I'm sure Lenny has a tight prenup. Yeah, because he even said that, like in the prenup, he could kick her out of the house and all of this stuff. So I hope that she's able to get some lawyers, it's like some really good lawyers, and take him to the cleaners. Like, that's really, really what I want. I want her to be able to just take him to the cleaners and call it a day. But with that, you guys, this has been such a fun recap of The Real Housewives of Miami, episode 1 through 4. Getting into it, and I'll be sure to bring you guys more pop culture moments and gossip and tea about the show because I think it's really good. I think it's a really good show. It's a light shade, it's light tea light tea. The women are actually friends and they have real storylines, so I am here for it. ST says, do you think Nicole's man is like a Tom Girardi? Something seems funny with all of their money. A lawyer does not make that kind of money. Then she is a doctor. Yes, ST. Yes, we were saying that 100%. I'm a little suspicious. Like all of the cars, flipping the multi-million-dollar houses, the private jets, the boat rides, the watches, and all of that. When they were showing off all that stuff, I was like, what does he do? Where is he from? It's giving not clean money vibes. But I'm going to be honest with you. Nicole and her fiance don't give clean money vibes. Alexia and her husband don't give clean money vibes. I like her husband a lot, but he gives kind of mob boss vibes. You see what I'm saying? Foxy says Miami is great. Barbara says I love the show. Me too. And thank you so much, Ms. T, for holding me down. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So yes, you guys, we'll be back to, recap and review the next episodes when they drop. And I'll be giving you guys more updates on the tea from the ladies of Miami. So I love you guys. And as always, comment down below. What are your thoughts? Do you think that their money is funny? What do you think about Lisa and Lenny? What do you think about Adriana now getting her own butt lift after trying to go after Larsa? Put it down below. What do you think about Kiki and Gertie and Julia? I think Julia and Martina will be divorced very soon. Justice for Martina. She deserves better. But put your thoughts down below. And with that, you guys, I love you. And be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend because a kiki is always better with community. Check out our description box down below and shop our love collection. Mwah! With that, you guys, I love you. Thank you to Foxy. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, Miss T. Thank you for everybody who came in. I love you guys. Thank you for holding me down. And I will talk to you next time. Bye. Bye.
Welcome to Sugar Pills, a practical guide to self-care, where your host, writer, actor, and producer Candy Washington helps you live a more joyful life with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. Be sure to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and join the conversation on Instagram @Candy Washington. Let's go!